Hi, so I just picked my prompt and then I'm going to prep it and then perform it. Okay. In ancient times, and probably still today, we have stories that we hold dear to us that probably aren't even close to their original context. All of these great and ancient tales that we still hear that dictated society thousands of years ago most likely aren't what they originally used to be. First, because no one wrote anything down and it was just passed on by word of mouth. And then eventually, because translation into different languages and the loss of parts of stories over time led to the adaptation of many different people. However, this is not just true for ancient tales, but can also be applied to poetry, which brings us to today's prompt. Poetry is what's lost in translation. Now, I interpreted this as the importance of nuance and how your stories can change over time and how what impact that can have. And so, first, the importance of nuance. This reminded me of when a couple years ago in school, when all of our teachers would tell us if you don't know a word, just look for context clues. You look for the words around it to help you discern what that word means. Sometimes language's greatest strength and best gift is the fact that it fails. And you can't express exactly what you're trying to mean. There's no perfect word. And so you have to leave it open for interpretation and let the reader do their own thinking. And that's what makes it beautiful and what makes it different and such an individualistic experience for everyone involved. And this also reminded me of the Brothers Grimm and all of these classic fairy tales, which brings me to my second point of how much stories can change. And it reminded me specifically of Red Riding Hood. And I read a long time ago that the original story was that she climbed into bed with the wolf, who then killed her. And I was thinking how different this was from all of the stories and readings and plays that I've seen of that and of so many other fairy tales. And it just kind of reminded me of like not only how time and translation and the fact that stories were told by mouth can change things, but also because these stories were changed by our society and what we wanted to believe, and morals were put into them because all of our parents wanted us to learn certain things, and it's such an easy and digestible way to read us like a fairy tale when we're 5 or 6, and it just allows us to have a deeper understanding and learn these things that our society considers important without just being told that by our parents or by authorities. And so, almost what we believe in and what our stories are, and the interpretation that we as a society chose, really tells us a lot about everyone else in it. Thank you.